Okay, we should be started. All right, so I think it's going. And yeah, so welcome to episode 2 of Mira's Miracle MIRAdio. And yeah, it is Friday morning, barely, in Japan where I live. So, how's everyone doing? How was your week? For me, yeah, for some reason, we were very busy this week. I don't know why. But, thanks to coffee, I survived. Yay! Usually, I'm more of a tea person, but I felt like I needed more caffeine this week. So, yeah, I drank some coffee, which was, a little bit unusual for me, I guess. But it did the job. I got everything done that I needed to. So, yeah. And yeah, today's the last day of February. Oh God, February was a blur. So yeah, any plans for March, everyone? I have a few plans lined up. Yeah, just hanging out with friends. I believe, I kind of hope that March will be a little less hectic than February, because I think if my busyness of February repeated itself in March, I might die. But yeah, I mean, it's not a bad busy, it's a good busy, so I'm very thankful. It's better than being bored. So yeah, so let's get to it. Today's topic is schools. All right. So you might be thinking, but hey Mira, you said last time that you went to school all in America. Yes. However, I actually did go to Japanese school during the summer. So in America, the summer vacation is very long. It's like 3 months almost. So during that time, I would normally go back to, or come to, I don't know what to say anymore. I would go to Japan and spend most of my summer there. And yeah, all the other kids were at school during that time, or at least half of my summer break, they were in school still. So my parents decided that it would be a great idea to send me to school during my summer vacation. And yeah, so I ended up going to Japanese school for maybe like a month or so. And yeah, I only went to elementary school. I never went to junior high school. But yeah, so I did experience a little bit of Japanese elementary schools. Yeah, I wouldn't say it was the best experience. Yeah, but it was definitely something that was very unique, and I feel like I learned a lot from it too. And yeah, I feel like there was personal growth. To put it in good terms. So yeah, we'll be looking at some of the differences of Japanese schools, and I'm sure that there are also differences within America too. I went to public school in America for all my life. And people from America probably know that public school differs from state to state, city to city, district to district. So yeah, it might be interesting to kind of talk about my experiences and kind of compare it to yours. So without further ado, I'd like to jump into the elementary school arc. All right. So yeah, I prepared a nice little chalkboard, and we have 5 subtopics. The first one, doo-doo, classroom, school, appearance, rules. So yeah, let's talk about the classroom first. So in the classroom in elementary school, usually they are all chalkboards. For me, I did not even know chalkboards still existed until I went to university. I had never seen a chalkboard in my classroom until, I went to college. So we used whiteboards. So it was very interesting for me to experience chalkboards in Japan. And yeah, they always have, I forgot to talk about this in my Japanese stream, but in Japan, there's always 2 people who are kind of like the leaders of the class for that day. And after each subject or each class is done, they would have to wipe the chalkboard, and they also have like a greeting when the class starts. So they would all say like, everyone stand, bow, and then there's no good translation of this, but I think they said yoroshiku onegaishimasu, but oh my god, it was so long ago, I can't remember. But yeah, they have a greeting, and then they sit back down, and then after class they have another greeting. They say arigatou gozaimashita, I think, thank you very much, and then that's how the class ends. So it's very like proper, almost like military like. As opposed to America, we don't really have any greetings. We just say good morning to our classmates and teachers, and we just start. And what else for the appearance? Or classroom rules. Classroom rules, generally in Japan, you're not really allowed to go to the bathroom or go to the water fountain during class, because there's after every class there's a small break, whether it's like a few minutes, or I think there are also like 10-minute breaks too. So yeah, you are expected to do what you need to do during those breaks, and not during class. I'm sure that people in America have all done this, but I used to kind of, go to the bathroom or go to the water fountain, even if I didn't need to, just because I was bored. So yeah, and then what else? I would say like appearance wise, in Japan, there's this like rack for the school bags at the back of the classroom, and the school bags are all like set. I'm pretty sure you've seen in like pictures or anime, what we call randoseru, which is, yeah, it's just a school bag, but it's kind of, I don't know if it's a rule or just like an unspoken rule, but everyone gets this randoseru for elementary school. And I can't remember, I don't think I used a randoseru when I went to elementary school in Japan. I think I was the odd one out. Even more than I already was. So yeah, you're all expected to wear a randoseru to school, and the yellow hats that we often see, I believe that's only for first graders. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's only for elementary schoolers. It might also be like a regional difference too. So yeah, other than that, like, you can basically wear whatever you want, but they are pretty strict about like makeup and accessories. Basically, you're not allowed to wear makeup, or I would say like any jewelry. Maybe necklace and watch are allowed, but earrings are not allowed. I don't think rings were allowed. Bracelets maybe, I'm not sure, but yeah, they were pretty strict about that. And yeah, most people don't wear earrings. Yeah, they don't wear pierces. They don't have piercings. Just part of the culture, I guess. And yeah, that's it, I think, for a classroom. And then the school in general usually has a kind of gate for the main entrance. I don't know about other people, but in my school in America, we didn't have any gate. It was all basically just free access to anyone. But yeah, like the kids here, when they come to school, there's usually two entrances. There's kind of like the front main entrance and then like the back entrance. And you had a choice, like, depending on where you lived, which entrance you would come from. And usually there's the principal and the vice principal greeting students as they come in Japan. Yeah, in America, there was none of that. It was just come from wherever you want, wherever you need to. Yeah, and in America, I would say most people came to elementary school by car, and then others walked or biked. But in Japan, I think they're only allowed to walk. Yeah. And for elementary school, people usually don't need to ride the train or bus, because they'll go to their local ones, unless they're going to private, which is a different story. So yeah, I guess maybe that's it for classroom and school appearance rules. I may missed some things, and if that's the case, I might come back to it. But yeah, let's move on to the next one. Teachers and staff. All right. So yeah, for my elementary school, we had about 3 teachers per grade, and each teacher had a classroom of about 20-ish students. Here in Japan, it seems like there's more classes and the class size is bigger. Like 30 kids apparently is normal, which is a nightmare. And yeah, we also had like very different staff. So this kind of ties into the classroom rules, but so after school or at the end of school, every day kids are expected to clean their classrooms. So they don't have a janitor. But I think in America, most schools have janitors who clean up the school. So yeah, I think it was a good thing to have to clean up our own classroom because it kind of teaches us like responsibility and yeah, teaches us how to clean up after ourselves. So yeah, and then another thing that I had in my elementary school that Japan didn't have was a school counselor. I don't know if all schools had this, but yeah, usually in America, I think, we would have a school counselor where you could go and talk about whatever you need to, whether it's like friend issues, bullying, family issues, other stuff. So you could just get up and ask the teacher like, hi, can I go to the counselor's room? And I think they have to let you. I don't think they can say no. So yeah, we had a school counselor, but in Japan, I think it's very rare or maybe even non-existent. Yeah, I would sometimes go to the counselor's office. I don't think I really had any issues, but we had like, I forgot what we called it, but we had lunch with the counselors. It was like a group of us. I don't know how we were chosen, but yeah, we were chosen to have lunch maybe like once a week together. I don't know. I was just put into the group. I didn't say I wanted to. It just happened. And then our school, we also had like a reading specialist. So kids who have difficulty reading would go to her and she would teach us how to read. And I actually did have to go because my reading was not good. So yeah, I think a lot of immigrant children would go there, or kids of immigrants, which was me. So yeah, we had a reading specialist who helped us with reading and spelling, and we also had, I completely forgot to talk about this in my Japanese stream, but we had an ESL teacher, English as a second language teacher. I think I forgot to talk about it. Anyways, yeah, we had an ESL teacher. I also went there, and it was pretty fun, honestly. Yeah, I really enjoyed learning English with my ESL teacher and also my classmates who were from around the world. We had some Korean students, some Chinese students, some we had like a boy from Lebanon. Hope the problems with reading didn't stick around when you became a voice actor. Yeah, I do have to practice still, but yeah, it's gotten so much better, thankfully. But yes, hello, Tank Kolo. So yeah, my ESL teacher was phenomenal. She taught me everything. And yeah, I guess it's one of the reasons why I didn't hate school so much. Because it was pretty fun. And yeah, I would say maybe that's about it. We also had some assistant teachers. I don't really know what they did or why they were there, but depending on the grade, some grades didn't have an assistant teacher, but some grades did. I also didn't know what that was about. So yeah, I clearly remember in 5th grade we had an assistant teacher, and she was just always there. She wasn't like a it wasn't one of those like young, like fresh out of college students who want to be teachers. This person was like an older lady who I guess would just help out whenever the teachers needed. Yeah, 5th grade and I think 3rd grade also we had. But yeah, interesting system. Oh, I completely forgot to talk about the school system in Japan. In Japan, elementary school is from 1st grade to 6th grade. And in America, it's K through 5. So yeah, and 6th grade is part of middle school, junior high school in America. So whenever I'm talking about like 6th grade or like middle school, yeah, things are slightly off. People here consider that as elementary school. So they're like, oh yeah, when I was in elementary school, that happened too. But I'm actually talking about junior high school, 6th grade. So yeah, it gets a little confusing around there. Or yeah, their kindergarten is part of preschool. So that also kind of yeah, there's a little bit of a difference there. So yeah, I think that's it for teachers and staff. Again, I might come back to things if I remember. So yeah, moving on to subjects. All right. So yeah, in America we had our core, just like English, math, science, social studies, kind of. And other than that, I had music, art, and PE. And I don't know why, but in my school district, Spanish was required from elementary school. So we had Spanish class, which was super fun actually, and I loved it. And yeah, that's one of the reasons why I continued Spanish until until university. So yeah, I had those subjects. And then Japan, it's Japanese, and they recently added English. And I think English before was only from like 5th grade, I want to say. But I think they're starting now at 1st grade. And then of course science, math, and social studies. And then they also have art, and oh, I forgot to mention this. They have calligraphy. They have calligraphy class and music and PE. Yeah, I completely forgot about calligraphy. We have like a calligraphy set that we have to, I guess, buy. And yeah, it was pretty fun, I would say, but I wasn't very good at it because I don't really write Japanese so often, so my Japanese handwriting is not as good naturally. So yeah, and then I think, oh yeah, I talked a lot about PE, the differences between PE classes. So in Japan, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with there's this like box that you have to jump over, and it's called a tobibako. Literally translate to jump box. And yeah, it's something that everyone does in elementary school. I'm not sure if they continue it in junior high school, but yeah, it's part of kind of like a fitness exam almost. Like we just ran for a fitness test. Oh, we also did push-ups and crunches, but here they do the tobibako. They jump over the box, and I guess they also run too, but I'm not sure if they did any sit-ups or push-ups. Although I think I've heard somewhere that it's easier for a Japanese native to speak Spanish than English. Yes, because the vowels are completely the same. So yeah, actually the pronunciation is quite similar in some aspects. It's more similar than English, I think. Yeah. So yeah, and then PE, we had a lot of fun activities actually. I loved PE. Again, this will probably differ from district to district, but we had bowling, we had archery, we had West African dance, and we had like a we called it stations, but we had like different activities in different parts of the gym, and we would just do those activities and then rotate. But yeah, stations was like the best day of the week. And yeah, we also had every February kind of related to Valentine's Day, we learned about the heart in PE class, and we learned about like the different arteries, the different chambers, and we had stations that kind of simulated the heart. Like we were the blood cells, and we would move through the different obstacles in the gymnasium. Yeah, it was quite fun, honestly. And yeah, like for West African dance, we had a guest West African dance teacher from Côte d'Ivoire, or Ivory Coast. And yeah, he taught us about I think we had to memorize all of the countries in Africa during that time. And then we also learned how to count to 10 in oh my gosh, I forgot the language name. Bananakan was the language that he spoke in Ivory Coast. So yeah, we learned some interesting things. We learned how to keep score in bowling, how the system is, and yeah, so I had like really, really fun memories in PE class. We also had every year, I forgot when, but we also had like a jump roping contest, and they would play Who Let the Dogs Out, and I forgot how long the song is, but if you jump rope consecutively for 1 minute, there was like a poster on the gym wall. You can write your name on the 1 minute poster, and then there was like a 2 minute poster for people who made it to 2 minutes, and then 3 minutes, and then 4 minutes, and then like whole song kind of thing. And I remember that, I guess this was in 3rd grade because I had glasses, but we were jumping rope to Who Let the Dogs Out, and I was jumping and I was like almost at the end of the song, but my glasses were sliding down and they fell off. And I'm actually like almost blind without my glasses. So yeah, I had to stop jumping because of that, and I remember being very upset that I couldn't make it to the whole entire song because of my glasses. Yeah, glasses nerve. So yeah, I remember that was like the closest I got to completing the song, but my glasses ruined it for me. So yeah, we know what time Mira would return to. Yeah. I don't know if I could jump rope for 5 minutes now. It might be quite difficult, honestly. Maybe 1 minute I can do, but I don't know about 3 or 4. So yeah, PE, I think there is like a very big difference between the countries and also like regionally too within America. So yeah, then let's take a look at lunch. Yes. So lunch is also very, very different from Japan and America. So what would you expect from a Japanese lunch? What have you seen or what have you heard about? Anything? Rice. Yes, definitely. Every lunch, I think, had rice, for sure. Anything else that you kind of imagine Japanese lunches to have? Soy sauce. Actually, I don't think we really had soy sauce. Pork sometimes. But in my memory, I feel like we had a lot of fish and chicken. Yeah, fish and chicken I think were like the two main ingredients, I would say. And then of course rice, we have to have our rice. And then I think we also had soup of some sort, whether it was miso or just like consomme. But I think we also had soup too. And yeah, for drinks, definitely milk. 100% milk. Yeah, it's true. But you actually wouldn't have been too far off, so. So yeah, we had a lot of rice, fish, chicken, milk, soup. Yeah, it wasn't anything exciting, honestly. But yeah, when you eat lunch in elementary school, your classmates actually serve you. They bring the lunch kind of cart. There's like a big pot for your class, and they bring that up, and we would serve or your classmates would serve you. And then, at the beginning of the meal, we say いただきます, and then we all start eating together. And then at the end, we would say ごちそうさまでした, and then we would clean up. And we would eat together in like groups. We all had like groups depending on where you sat in the classroom. It was probably like groups of 4 or 5. Just like anime. Yeah. So anime isn't wrong sometimes. But yeah, and then in American schools, I remember like the most exciting day. We would all go to the cafeteria and eat, but the most exciting day was pizza day. We would have pizza, I think on like Thursday, but every Thursday there would be a line. Like all the kids who usually brought their lunch would line up for pizza day. And yeah, we also had like sloppy joe, and we had like a choice between hot lunch and cold lunch, or sacked lunch. So sacked lunch or cold lunch, it would always be PB&J sandwich, peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And then the hot lunch would kind of rotate. Finally eatable food. Yeah, I mean like it was good. I don't know how healthy, but it was good for sure. I had a few classmates actually taking a napkin and dabbing off some of the oil on the pizza before eating. Yeah, the flatbread pizzas. I have no idea what they're made of, but you know what? I'm alive now, so it's okay. So yeah, that was by far the most exciting lunch in America. In Japan, I would say, well, first of all, there's no choice. There's only like one type. Like everyone eats the same food. And I don't think you're allowed to bring your own lunch for elementary school either. Like everyone eats the same one. And then I would say the most exciting day, I don't know if it was for everyone, but for me was curry rice. That was like the best day for me, lunch-wise. And then also during the summer, to celebrate Tanabata, which is in July, we had like Tanabata jelly. It's like Jello. I should probably just call it Jello in English. We had Tanabata Jello, and it would just be like plain Jello, but there were like stars in it, and that was like the most exciting dessert that we got. And that was, we usually didn't get any dessert. So, yeah. I'm sounding more and more like an anime MC, really? I don't know what I'm doing, but thank you, I guess? Yeah, I don't want to be isekai'd. No thanks. I don't know if I like this world, but I don't know if I'll like the isekai world either, so. But yeah, anyways, so, yeah, I guess, for American schools, we had also the choice of milk. We had like 1%, 2%, and then we also had chocolate milk. And when I was streaming last time in Japanese, it seemed like people didn't know what chocolate milk was in Japan. And now that I think about it, I don't really see chocolate milk in grocery stores. There's like hot chocolate, and there's also like iced chocolate drinks, but they don't really call it chocolate milk. So yeah, that didn't even occur to me that it's such a foreign concept. Alright, yeah, it's everywhere. But yeah, here they were like, what? What's that? You can drink that in school? Yeah, so I should have, honestly, I should have drinking more chocolate milk. Maybe I would have grown taller. Yeah, we don't have a choice in Japan. It's just milk. And sometimes if a student is absent, there'd be like one milk carton left, and people would rock, paper, scissors to, yeah, kind of find out who gets the remaining milk. Yeah, and then Japan's very big on like not wasting any food. So at the, yeah, like there's no, you're not allowed to just throw away food. Like I remember in America we would throw away like probably half of our lunch without any remorse. And I also remember, I don't think I ever touched those green peas or green beans. Like it looks so gross. Like I'm sorry. Yes, we're expected to eat every single grain of rice. Yeah, that's kind of the standard. And if you don't, you're considered kind of a messy eater, or disrespectful. So yeah, you are expected to finish everything that's on your plate, and yeah, as opposed to America, we didn't really care. So yeah, school lunch was very different. So yes, I do eat my veggies now, but I also have a choice not to buy them if I don't want to. So yeah, moving on to our last subtopic, events. Yes. So this also is probably very different between districts within America and also from country to country. And yeah, you might have seen in like anime and I don't know what else you would see this in, but they have like a PE festival in elementary school also. And yeah, there's like a like all the parents come and watch, and they have also like practice too. And yeah, they do like tug of war and like a relay race, and then like a ball tossing game, and like a scavenger hunt race, and like an obstacle course. But yeah, I think like I think it was like each class, so each grade is divided into like, for example, first grade would be like 1-1, 1-2, 1-3, or like second grade would be like 2-1, 2-2, 2-3, and that would be like your class number. So I think like each class number was like a team. So from first grade to sixth grade, all the class ones would be like one team. And yeah, they would, I don't know what you get for winning actually. I never experienced the PE festival here. I don't know what happens if you win. Just congrats, I guess. But yeah, like John said, field day was probably the closest, but I don't think field day really had like a winner or loser, honestly. I don't remember ever getting points or winning or losing much. And we say it's the closest, but like we had a bubblegum chewing contest in sports or in field day. So honestly, I don't know if I should call it the same because it's not really. Yeah, but it was fun. We would all start chewing bubblegum at the same time and see who could blow a bubble the first, or like whose bubble was the biggest. But yeah, I think that was maybe like the closest thing to a sports day or PE day. Yeah, not very athletic of us to chew gum. Here in Scandinavia, we only had a big school-wide sports event when the oldest classes graduated away from the school. Ah, okay. So it was only like the older classes who participated. Yeah, so I don't think we had any events like that where only like one grade would do it. I guess we did have the 5th grade play. The 5th grade play, it used to be a play, and then either my year or the year before mine, they changed it into a musical. And I was more of a play person, and I didn't really enjoy musicals as much at that time. So I was kind of upset. But yeah, we did have a 5th grade play or musical. We did The Emperor's New Clothes. And yeah, it was fun. But I prefer to play. And then I also remember like in 2nd grade, we learned about the rainforest. And each classroom, we decorated our classrooms like a rainforest. So we would take construction paper, we would crumple it up, and like we would hang it from the ceiling and pretend like it's a vine in the jungle or the rainforest. And we would draw pictures of plants, like bring in your stuffed animals, and yeah, put them around the classroom, and yeah, pretend like it's a rainforest. And yeah, it was fun because each classroom was different, so you could kind of tell like, oh, this class was like super into it, or like, oh, this class maybe not so much. And then as a part of the rainforest unit, we also had a bake sale where we would have a little stand, and we would sell like baked goods to our classmates, and we would practice like handling money, because we also learned about money in 2nd grade. So we would practice like addition, subtraction, handling money, and then we would donate all of the money that we earned from the bake sale to saving the rainforest. So yeah, that was like a really good memory, and I remember like everyone looked forward to it, which was fun. And yeah, we also had like Valentine's Day event. We would give each other chocolate and like a little card. And yeah, in 5th grade, we learned about like the postal system. So we learned how to like properly write addresses for mailing stuff. And as a part of that, we all made like a fake mailbox where we would accept cards and chocolate from our classmates. So if we want to send chocolate or a card to our classmates, we would have to write the correct address for their mailbox and then give it to our teacher who would deliver it. So that was fun. And then also in 5th grade, we learned a little bit about like marketing and like marketing, I would say, mostly, and a little bit about business. And we had something called Market Day. And we would get into groups and then kind of we would create our own business, I guess, and our parents would come and they would be given like however many fake money from our teachers, and then they would go around each classroom and they would buy things or services from the students. And yeah, we had to create like a poster, we had to create a logo, a slogan, and like a commercial too. Like we learned all about that, which was pretty cool. And yeah, I remember we did like a massage parlor. And yeah, because our customers were mostly our parents, we did massages, and I forgot like how much we charged, but it was like 5 minutes, $5 or something, I don't know. Our grade school currency was pentabucks. Interesting. And you sold origami. Yeah, John and I actually we went to the same school district, different elementary school though. Dollarinos. I forgot what ours was called. I can't remember at all. I don't remember. But yeah, so that was super fun. It was like a big event in 5th grade, and everyone would look forward to it. Like in 4th grade, we would look forward to the 5th grade market day. You never did anything related to money. Oh no. It was quite fun. Yeah, and then I can't remember. We also, in 4th grade, we also had like an ancient Egypt unit. And we had this one event where after school, our classrooms would turn into museums, and we would be the exhibit. And we made like a little button. You know those like exhibits where you press the button and it starts speaking? So we would be that. So again, our parents would come in and they would press our buttons, and then we would start talking, basically a monologue about life in ancient Egypt. So yeah, that was also fun too. And then second grade actually was maybe quite important for me. We learned about fairy tales. We had a fairy tale unit, and pushing buttons, sorry. Like physically. And yeah, we had a fairy tale unit, and as a part of that we did like a class play. I think there were 2. I was in Hansel and Gretel, and I was the witch in Hansel and Gretel. And yeah, that was like the first play that I did, and that was kind of when I started liking acting. I had so much fun, and I created like a witch voice and everything. I got really into it. So Yeah, my first evil role. I've always been a witch. So yeah, that was super fun, and I guess that's kind of like how my career, my interest started. So yeah, I think those are like the major events. Oh, we also had this isn't like part of school. It was kind of like completely extracurricular. But the school event, not like a grade event or anything. A school event called Taste of the World. And yeah, I mentioned earlier that like we had kids from all over the world. So yeah, for Taste of the World, we would cook a dish from our country, bring it in, and people could buy your dish. And yeah, it was super fun. My mom and I always participated, and my mom made a type of sushi called chirashi sushi. And yeah, it was pretty good. People loved it. People wanted like seconds. But yeah, we had people from like India, Spain, Lebanon, Korea, China, from really around the world. So it was super fun to go around and kind of see what kind of food there was from other countries. So yeah, I would say like we had like a really diverse group of students at our school, which made it pretty easy for me. Did you go to elementary school in Glenridge? Glenridge, yes. I went to a school named Glenridge, and I guess John went to Merrimack. But yes. So yeah, I think maybe that's all for the events. I may be missing a few that were fun. I guess also like I forgot which grade, but we learned about castles and maps. I think maps was 3rd grade, castles was 2nd grade, but we made like our own castles and we made our own maps. I remember like some people got like super creative and made like edible maps or like edible castles, which I thought was amazing. I was not that creative, and I don't think my parents would have said yes to my idea. I didn't even try. So yeah, like I just made it out of cardboard, and then I also just made like a poster of my map. I remember I made 2 maps. I don't remember if it's in the same grade or different grades, but I made like a bunny island and also a hamster island. For sure. I remember making those 2. I don't know why I did 2. I guess different school year? Yeah, castle we only did in 2nd grade, for sure. But yeah, like I enjoyed elementary school in America. In Japan, honestly not so much. Like I first of all didn't get the full experience, so I can't like entirely say for sure. But when I was there, I didn't really feel too welcomed, to be honest. Yeah, I was kind of like the odd one out always. And yeah, it was not as exciting as my American school. But it is what it is. So, yeah, the nail that sticks out gets beat, right? I was beat, not physically, but a little bit mentally. But yeah, so I think maybe that's it for the elementary school arc. If anyone wants to like share any of their experiences, you're welcome to. But yeah, in the meantime, I'll just advertise. I translated a music video for Roy. So if you check out my Twitter, I will retweet it again. But yeah, the music video and the song are like spectacular. So please feel free to check it out. And then the next stream, actually, I'm planning to do it next week, next Friday. Next Friday in Japan time at night. So that would be, for America, that would be Friday morning. So yeah, trying to kind of start early in the month. And then yeah, I don't think I had any other announcements. Oh yeah, thank you guys so much for 250 subs. Yeah, I wasn't expecting so many, and one of my situation voice videos, I guess in English you would say like roleplay videos, got more than 5k views, so thank you very much. We are glad you survived through it and are here with us today. I remember from my school days that us boys had a massive rivalry with the other schools going, and whenever we competed, it was war. We actually, elementary school, we didn't really compete with the other schools, interestingly. Yeah, we would like know about the other schools. We had 3, Glenridge, Merrimack, and Captain, but I think like each school thought they were the best, but we didn't really have any competitions against each other. Yeah, we just knew about each other and we all thought we were the best. But no actual competitions against each other. We didn't do much intermingling from what I remember, right? Yeah, that's what I think too. But yeah, so it's been an hour, so it is lunchtime here in Japan. So I think that's a wrap. Yeah, so thank you all so much for coming today, and I hope you enjoyed learning about American schools, Japanese schools, some of the differences, and yeah, have a great rest of your day and weekend. Enjoy the last bit of February that is remaining. So yeah, take care everyone, and see you next week. All right, thank you guys. See you.